Good morning, everyone. This is Hamburg Mobile Summit Live on WN Hub platform, and we have a day fully packed with lectures, talk, fireside chats, and panels. We have prepared more than 20 speakers for you for today, and we are just about to start. And today's sessions are started by founder of Hamburg Mobile Summit Live, Ofir Leitner, and Senator of Culture, Dr. Carsten. Hi, Ofir. Hi, Dr. Carsten.
Hello, Igor. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Yes, we are fine today. Very excited towards the event. It's our first virtual event, so for us, it's a new experience that we had to go into, of course.
It's a pleasure to help you hosting this on WN Hub. Dr. Carsten, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Ofir, would you want to start with a few words about the upcoming show and what we expect from Hamburg Mobile Summit?
Yes, of course. So first, hello and welcome everybody to our first virtual event, our first live event. Obviously, typically we would have met under different circumstances physically. So just a bit about our company. We are at Mobile Summits. We organize events for the mobile apps and games ecosystem. Our flagship event is in Israel. However, we are expanding year by year to Europe. We had a conference in Madrid, and now this year we were supposed to have our first event in Germany in the great city of Hamburg. However, due to the circumstances of COVID-19, we had to postpone it at first, and then we decided that we actually should do it as a digital event. And thanks to our partners, both at the Ministry of Culture and Media of Hamburg, and also our sponsors, namely Adjust, TikTok, AppsFlyer, and many more, we were actually able to do this event digitally and bring it live. And I'm actually very glad that we did, because we have over 1,000 people who registered to the event, and we're joined by over 6,000 members at the WN Hub platform. And maybe this is also the time to thank also WN Hub for promoting and hosting this event. Their platform actually gives extra power to this event, and we're glad to use them. If you don't know them, they are a game platform for the games ecosystem, for conferences, and they've done a great job. Now, maybe a bit about the event itself. We're expecting 2 full days with sessions from the top app and game publishers from around the world. We, of course, are featuring especially the Hamburg local ecosystem. So we include publishers like InnoGames, Good Game Studio, Bytro Labs, Big Point, and many more. But it's not just about the ecosystem in Hamburg. All our events are fully international. So we have here publishers like Crazy Labs from Israel. We have Do Dreams, the CEO of Do Dreams from Finland. We have Waplog from Turkey. We have with us King, which are from Sweden, and many, many more are expected this day. So please stay tuned with us, and let's. I think we're going to have a good time. Note that in the platform you can now instantly chat with any member, and you can basically stay in contact. This is not just about the lectures; it's also about the networking. And now, without further ado, I would actually like to give the stage to Dr. Carsten Brodsa, the Senator of Ministry and Culture of Hamburg in the Hamburg government. So please, Dr. Carsten, we're really excited to have that event, even if it's digitally. We'd be glad to hear from you as well.
Yeah, thank you, Ofir, for the kind introduction. And we'll always have next year to start with that, and then hopefully we'll meet in person. Of course, I would have really liked to welcome all of you in person in Hamburg today, because as you can see from Ofir's backdrop, Hamburg is a beautiful city, and he has the city's town hall in the back of his visual, and that is just one of the key buildings in our city that you can enjoy. Hamburg is an old city for one hand. Hamburg is a port city, a city of merchants. Hamburg is a city that always embraced the future, that always embraced technology, and that is well, it's named Germany's door to the world. That is actually Germany's gateway to the world. That is actually the the addition that the city of Hamburg got from the people of Germany. And I think that is kind of true, because it was always a city that looked outside into the world, doing trade on the ships for centuries now, but also embracing new technologies. And so we are very, very eager and very delighted to have you and the Mobile Summit for the first time here in Hamburg, though it is virtually this year. Hopefully we'll get it done in real life over the course of the next years, because mobile communication, mobile gaming, mobile content consumption, those are some of the things that aren't even a trend anymore. They are basically part of our everyday life. And the question is, what kind of business opportunities are there? What kind of also artisan opportunities are there? What kind of new storytelling opportunities are there in the mobile sectors? Those are questions that we are posing upon ourselves over the course of the last years as well, and we are very glad to broaden that discussion into an international scope and broaden also the input that we get. You already mentioned our games ecosystem. Hamburg was the first major city in Germany that embraced the games industry as one of the key features of a new digital content industry, and we are still supporting them very intensively, a very close-knit network of games companies here in the city, which are only one part of a larger ecosystem of traditional and modern media companies. Hamburg is always a stronghold of the media industry for decades now, because as a port city and full of merchants, of course, those merchants came upon the idea that there might be a business opportunity in selling information as well. And they did so very successfully, and they're doing so up to this day. But they also need to adapt to new ways of distribution. And of course, mobile is one way of distribution that is very much in common at the moment. And of course, it also shapes the way that the information, that the digital content is supposed to be presented. This summit takes place in a very strange time. You were talking about firsts. I think the last 3 months were full of firsts. And thinking about actually opening a summit via Zoom is something that probably half a year ago, nobody of us would ever thought of anything near something that we should discuss right now. It almost feels like it's everyday life. We get used to it. I did it for the last time yesterday evening, and I'm doing it again this morning. So this is something where we broaden and expand our cultural repertoire, so to speak. But on the other hand, of course, we see that the businesses are struck very hard by the lockdowns and the shutdowns that came upon us due to COVID-19. I mean, if I just look at the numbers for the advertisement industry, figures differ, but if you say there are about $600 billion a year in the market, the current estimate says that at least 1/10 of this market volume will not be there in this year. It will shrink by at least 60 billion, if not more. We don't know how much this goes. We don't know how consumer trust will develop over the course of the next weeks and months. And so that really is something where the industries and also the digital industries who are striving, on the other hand, due to all those digitization progress that we made over the course of the last weeks, on the other hand, are hit very hard as well by those lack and loss of revenue that might be projected there for the course of this year. So it's even more important that we take the opportunity to talk and discuss of where we are standing in the field of mobile communication, of mobile information at the moment, and what are the opportunities over the course of the next months and years to come in order to actually grasp the business opportunities that are lying there ahead of us. And I'm very glad that we can do this with you and with your team here in Hamburg, though virtually, and we are very eager to learn, especially also from the Israeli perspective, because we know that you are a much faster, much more embracing technological options than we Germans are, who sometimes think we need to have 2 or 3 rounds of fundamental discussions of whether or not this is at all possible and necessary. So I'm really like this digital optimism, so to speak, of saying, well, there is an opportunity, let's grasp it and let's see what we can make of it. I think that it is kind of like the gesture that we need here in Germany and in Hamburg as well. And we are very eager to learn from you, and we're very eager to present what we have in store. And I think that this can be the beginning of a really great and long-standing friendship that we're having here. And hopefully we're all going to meet next year, and then I'll show you the town hall in Rio. Then I'll show you the Elbphilharmonie, Europe's newest concert hall. I'll show you our World Heritage site, the Speicherstadt, and so on and on and on. And then you can really embrace the beauty of Hamburg as well and see why we are so eager to develop the city into the future and make it a digital city for the years to come. So thank you very much again. Enjoy this conference. I hope you have great insights into what is going on in mobile communication, mobile gaming, mobile information, and have a blast here on this platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So thank you very much, Senator, for these kind words. And just so you know, I myself visited in Hamburg. Actually, that was my last travel before the COVID-19 outbreak, so I remember it quite well. And indeed, I visited the Rathaus that is behind me and all the sites, and it's an amazing city. And as you said, I hope that all the audience will get to see it as well. Just also touching on your point about the effects of COVID-19, that I think that definitely, you know, when we see that in some way in the game industry, actually, the companies actually thrived a bit because people are more at home and have more time. But as you said, you know, the game industry as well is driven by the ad industry that is actually using it for monetization. So with the drop in advertising, I think we will see the effects maybe a bit later, you know, in a few months. But again, we'll touch on that. We have many speakers that are experts on that, and we'll have some talks about that. Also, as your point for Israeli innovation, so that actually gives me a good introduction to our next talk, which is the from the CEO and founder of Crazy Labs, one of the biggest game publishers, not just in Israel, but I would say in the world. They get to the top #1 in the App Store many, many times. So he will be able to share with us. And with that, again, I wish everybody a good day. And thank you, Senator. And Igor, take it from here and let's start the show.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Ofir and Dr. Carsten, for the insights and inspiration you give us.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a blast. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye, and have a great day.
You too.
Bye.